Hi guys, Skypoint here. Now if you saw my videos yesterday, I was talking about how I had fallen to low Mars on the ladder and I was using Constantine Valdor to work my way up. But then as I was getting close to Terra, I was on the Horus Heresy Legion subreddit and there was somebody talking about a Forrix deck, and that made me realize that it has been a really long time since I played as Forrix, and I've always had a soft spot for Forrix. That's why he's my icon on YouTube and my other online profiles. Forrix I always liked because the Iron Warriors cards feel so good. I mean, it kind of feels like their warlords in general are a letdown. But Forrix also has some really nice chat lines going, and I always felt that he was a pretty solid warlord for Mars. He just struggled on mid and high Terra. So anyway, I switched over to Forrix and I had an incredibly good run of matches, which led me back into Terra, and I actually might keep trying to play him for a little bit longer. Anyway, let's start by taking a look at my deck and then we'll hit up the ladder. So, well, not hit up the ladder, we'll take a look at how I reach Terra on the ladder. Okay, so this is a deck you can see here. It's slightly heavier than average on tactics. We've got 12 tactics and then we've got 18 troops. Running through what we have and why they are there. I've got a pair of 5th support squads. These guys are really good for finishing off damaged enemies. Superior firepower can take out a lot of the tricky units which are low attack but very high health and have weird special abilities like the Helios Mortar Carrier. Melgator, as usual, is there to just buy you a little time. Decimation is a really powerful ability, and it's always hard for me to choose between having one of these in my deck or having two of them, because usually I don't need to play two of them in one match. But with Forrix in particular, Decimation can be used to destroy your own barricades, and it's also a good move to play it on Melgator, who usually isn't that useful after he's been on the board. Rakura's squad is great. It's basically Forrix's ability of creating a barricade, but on steroids, because it costs the same energy, but you get an attacking troop as well. Attrition Warfare. I have had this card used to bad effect against me, so I am hoping that I'll get some value out of it while playing against others. Harsh Discipline is great. You can use it on either troops with strong attack values or troops with siege in order to activate their siege in one turn. Precision Bombardment, an incredibly flexible order, best used to finish off troops so that it helps you cycle through your deck. Rhino 7/7 is there to cycle through your deck as well. Endymion Squad, I have one of these guys. I like their stats and they've got a handy siege ability. In fact, their siege ability is so good that putting them in siege effectively makes them a frontline troop because the enemy will prioritize killing them. Turbident Squad, a lot of people don't like Turbident Squad. I do. I try to use their siege ability, and again, it's devastating enough that once you put them in siege, they're kind of like a frontline troop because the enemy will prioritize taking them out. Taranthikos, great guys, key part of pretty much most Iron Warriors decks. 30th Heavy Squad, I really like these guys. They're not bad for their energy costs, above average health, slightly below average attack, and an amazing active ability. Rack and Ruin, a very flexible and powerful card. They're mostly to deal with vehicles, but you can use it to help finish off the enemy warlord too. Perturbo's Wrath is basically an upgraded version of Harsh Discipline. Contrador, super important for Iron Warriors. Dominators, a handy little troop themselves and with a neat little passive ability. Viral Bombs, the real fun of Iron Warriors. Iron Havoc Squad, absolutely key, great stats and amazing passive. And then lastly, Erasmus Gaul, who's become very good after his recent buff, so he no longer damages your troops, and instead he is great for his energy cost, 8 energy for 8 attack and 9 health, but he's got an absolutely incredible passive ability there, and a useful siege ability too, which has great synergy with his passive. Alright, well, that's the deck. Let's take a look at my road from Mars back to Terra with Forrix. We are going to start with a bit of an Iron Warrior Civil War. So we're up against Draeger Narek. This is not a bad set of cards to start with. I've got my Decimation right there. Can take out some tricky stuff with superior firepower. regular troops with precision bombardment, and I've got Iron Havoc ready for later in the game.
Iron within. Loyalty in iron.
So he has the initiative, so he just goes ahead and plays a Draenor squad. I've got a couple options on how I could take these guys out, but I decided to use my counter attack immediately and then hit with my Warlord. I'm trying to save my superior firepower for later. There might be some tricky frontline troops from the Iron Warriors who he might put down for low attack and high health.
Greetings. We must fight.
Okay, so coming back to my turn, like his second turn was a bit dead, so I'm just going to put out a barricade. I could have dropped the Rhino as well, but I'm just getting a bit of defenses going. Alright, so this is kind of why I was sitting on my superior firepower. Oh, but that's even better. Ambassador Melgator. Yes, please. Well, no. Okay, we're going to use superior firepower there, and then bring out Decimation and take out that barricade. And now, all my Astartes and infantry, including Melgator, have just been buffed. Okay, good thing I held on to Melgator, right? Although I suppose the other one could have worked here too. But anyway, we're going to drop Melgator on the board now and send that guy back home. And now it's a good time to drop Rhino 77, start looking for those buffed Astartes from my deck. There we are, a 5th support squad shows up. Dominators. Couple options over here. What I'm going to do is hit it with Melgator, so Melgator dies. I can drop Precision Bombardment now. And with 2 energy left, I can create another barricade. There we are. Okay. And let's keep pulling buffed Astartes out of my deck. Ugh, Store Visage. And another Tyranthicos Vex. That's great. Okay, so I want to wipe the board here. The way I'm going to do this is use my Warlord to hit the Tyranthicos veterans before they take any other damage. Take out his Store Visage, and with only 4 health left on these guys, we can drop both of my 5th support squads, and so those guys will finish off the damaged enemy, and Ratcher's squad to create a barricade. Very nice. I'm still technically behind on health. He's got 23 plus 5, so 28 health against my 24. Defense satellites, and as we know, the enemy defense satellite will always wipe your board, when your defense satellites will just lightly tickle the instead. Okay, but the good news is we're at the 8 energy turn, and since I played Decimation early on, Erasmus Golg is super buffed. Unfortunately, the new troops he creates don't come with the buffs, but oh well. He lost his Endymion squad, taking out my front line. Oh, look at that. He made the right move. You just cannot leave Erasmus Golg alive, otherwise he's going to keep throwing out frontline troops. So that 9 points of health sacrifice was worth it. He's now on 17 health against my 18, and I have a very solid looking board control. And actually, it's going to translate into victory for me. Yeah, we're done over here. Watch now. Perturbo's Wrath and the Iron Havoc squad can now do 12 damage. And I have many ways I can kill him. The way I'm just going to do it right now is attack and drop a precision bombardment on his head for the win. There we go. Alright, so that was the first of the matches, and the march to Terra continues. Next up, we're facing Constantine Valdor. So this is not a bad set of cards. I actually had the initiative as well. I'm keeping Rack and Ruin for those Custodes Dreadnoughts, which will show up later on. And these are good choices for the first couple of turns. Now the trick when you're facing Valdor is to not feed him too many troops too quickly, which he can use to trigger his Reckoning. Unfortunately, Forrix is not good at that because my barricades are prime material for Valdor to use to trigger his reckoning. So I'm going to have to try to kill him before that happens. Here, let's drop superior firepower. And just keep some pressure going over here. I normally play defensively with Forrix, but I'm up against encounter. If the game goes too long, Valdor will trigger his reckoning and then become hyper aggressive and kill. Let's go ahead and put out Terranthikos veterans. That should worry him a little. How's he going to handle these guys? 5-point health lead has dialed down. Alright. So I think he's hoping that those guys look dangerous enough that the Terranthikos veterans will have to be used to finish them. But instead what I can do is use a 5th support squad to clear the board, put a barricade to defend the veterans, and yeah, 5th support guns down the enemy, and I'm in a really good position right now. Oh, so much for that. Defense satellites, and that's the worst possible outcome for me. He's killed another unit, he needs to only kill 2 more and his reckoning's viable, and my Terranthikos veterans were left on 1 health, so they died. Unthinkable. Alright, let's hit up another Terranthikos veterans and throw down another front line. Okay. This is getting interesting. I could use Rack and Ruin and my Warlord to deal with those guys, but Melgator showed up at an opportune moment. So we can attack the enemy Warlord, drop Melgator, and bounce them back. Hey, looking good. He's gonna get his 3rd kill towards Reckoning now. Oh, this is a great move by him. Look at that. He sabotaged those guys to reset their attack.
Fine work.
That's his 3rd kill. 1 more kill and his Reckoning will be playable. So need to try to avoid letting him get that. So it's going to be handy for this. Let's see here. I'm going to attack with my troops to put them on low health. I'm going to next create another barricade as fuel and then drop a virus bomb on the whole board. That should definitely do enough damage to wipe the board, killing his unit and leaving him well positioned for a Contrador finish. As long as I play no more troops, his Reckoning will be impossible to play. So, if he doesn't get anything which heals him or gives him a survivor right now, he's about to die. Oh, yeah, that's it. He's about to die. Could either attack and use Rack and Ruin, but I'm just going to go ahead and drop Contrador onto his head. Bye-bye, buddy. Alright. So, that was the 2nd of the wins on the way. Now let's keep marching on. Terra is in sight. Okay, so the Iron Warrior Civil War continues. We're up against Perturbo, or Perturbo. Anyway, all 5-cost cards, don't like them, putting them away, and this is a much better blend.
You're the most faithful.
Perturbo is actually, ironically, a pretty good counter to Iron Warriors, just because of his ability, can nuke units which are trying to siege. So I always struggle to beat Perturbo when I am Iron Warriors myself. So we are now throwing down more barricades, trying to save my troops over there for any time when I have to destroy something of his own. He's playing an abandoned supplies out there next, so what comes up now? Command bridge, okay. And I've got precision bombardment. Okay, let's put down Turbident Squad because he doesn't have siege mode on. So what I should be able to do now is put them into siege mode and trigger them. No, he's got superior firepower. Great. So much for that. Alright, now he's loading up his gun. That's a bit of a threat. It's going to stop me playing a lot of units. So I'm just going to play down another barricade. And I think this is an all-tactics Perturbo, so I'm just going to use my precision bombardment on him. I mean, he's had 3 turns and he hasn't played any troops yet. Ooh, ouch. Big hit.
Fine work.
Alright, what do? Ugh, this is an ugly set of cards. As I said, I think it's all tactics. I'm going to stop saving my 5th support squad. Like, he's had now a lot of turns and no troops. Yeah. Hey, neat. Taranthikos veterans, but his gun is loaded, so I can't actually put them on the board or they'll just get deleted. Let's just keep filling up with barricades. I'm trying to set up for a good virus bombing in a moment. Ooh, tempting. Do I have enough over here? Virus bomb won't quite kill that arcology yet, I think. Let me think. My maths is bad. Alright, let's just put down these guys. Trying to get him to use up energy to kill the Taranthikos veterans, and that should stop him from easily playing a high health unit this turn. Yes, bye bye Taranthikos. I expected that. Ooh, look at that. Okay. Alright, so that guy is very dangerous, but I've got plenty of fuel here for virus bombing. Now, what I probably should have done is attack the arcology just to help out. Watch this. I feel that I got a little bit hard done by the game here. So normally when arcology is destroyed, it creates 5 troops. So you can see here, arcology is destroyed. 5 troops are created. The virus bomb triggers 1 more time, but does not affect those troops. If it affected those troops, it would tick down 5 more times, and I could possibly win next turn. Anyhow. Alright, okay, so we have lots of damage coming onto me, and I don't have a good answer for Erasmus Gold over there. Let's see, what can I do? Yeah, see, what I should have done is, this point, is Perturbo's Wrath and make 2 barricades, although I think I was just going to get overwhelmed. He had so many cards in his hand. Oh yeah, there we are. Rack and Ruin. He could have handled me in so many ways. Alright, well, at any rate, there's a counterattack, wiping out my barricades. My barricade singular, rather. And then here comes probably the finish with Erasmus Gold. That's sitting on Contrador somewhere. Nope. Erasmus Gold finishes me off. Alright, so set back a little bit. Fell down a bit deeper into Mars, but still Terra is in sight. Bulvi Greybeard is up next. So, what do we do here? We are going to... let's see. Barrow Bombs, Rakara Squad, Turbident, Decimation. This is all pretty good, so let's accept these.
Iron within.
Okay, I'm going second, so I do get my counterattack. Bulvi starts by just going ahead and hitting me, keeping that pressure going. But that's fine, we're going to go ahead and drop Rapturous Squad. So I've got a front line to defend me, and Rapturous Squad can hopefully counter whatever he plays. So while Bulvi's continuing here, he goes ahead, hits the barricade. Back to my turn. Okay. We're going to use Decimation to take out Rapturous Squad for now. I want to leave the barricade up. And that's it. Now the rest of my troops are going to be feeling kind of buff. What's he doing? Brings in Greybeards. Grey Slayers, rather. Alright. Want to make sure that they don't do that much damage to me. Let's bring in my buff Turbident Squad with 4 attack, 6 health. Ugh, he has a plan here, I guess. He did take 4 damage in that attack, but unfortunately for me, this is not looking too good. Right, 5 energy. Okay, I did get a Taranthikos Veterans, and he is buffed already. To make sure he survives, I'm using my counterattack and then my Warlord to clear the enemy board. Behind by 1 point of health, but I do have a very strong unit on the board now.
I will break you.
Okay, what's he bringing in return? Okay, he's got a front line. That's fine. Took another 4 points of damage there. These guys are up to 8, but I don't have a way of clearing the board, so I'm just going to have to accept this for now. There we are. Hit that. Okay, Iron Havoc. Now these are obviously very good against Space Wolves because of how what Space Wolves tend to do attacks. Okay, what's he doing? And I think, yeah, that's not good enough. I'm about to win, I think. He's not attacking with the guy with flank because he'll get hit by the Iron Havoc and die. But we're gonna give the Iron Havoc Bloodthirsty. We're gonna attack twice, leaving the enemy very low on health. We're gonna hit the enemy troop with the Warlord to lower his health, and then lastly, we can just drop a Virus Bomb to do 4 points of damage. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, actually, well, 5 points, I guess. It count. Okay, I lost track of what triggered all of those. Anyhow, Bulvi Greybeard is done, and we're just one match short of hitting Terra. And so we are up against Savitar. Now obviously Savitar gets an advantage when attacking when the enemy has no troops. So Rakura Squad is great over here. They are a 2 energy cost card, which gives you 2 troops on the board, which is going to help keep Savitar under control. So over here we've got Savitar starting off by attacking me with a buffed attack, so he doesn't take any damage. 3 points behind on health. Here's Rakura's squad now. What's he got coming back for me? Breach, okay. And he's gonna hit the Rakura squad or hit me? Oh, he's going for Rakura squad. So I'm only 1 point behind on health now. Alright, let's go ahead and pull out the Rhino. I need to make sure I have troops against Savitar. It's good. Turbulent squad is nice and tanky. He brings in his guy there. 4 points of damage to me, and he hits my Rhino. Alright, so next up, what we're going to do is use the Rhino on those guys. 4 points left, so bring in Rakura squad for some defenses, and 5th support squad to gun down that damaged enemy. Perfect. The other alternative I could have had was use my counter-attack and Turbident squad, but I think given what just hit the board, I definitely made the right choice. Let's bring in the 5th support squad and go. Me is on 6 attack. Okay. 5th support finished that guy off. He took out the front line. He's on 8 attack. Now with that, he could do a lot of things. He could, for example, take out my heavy squad on the right, but instead he decided to go for me. He has a 5-point health lead now. I think that was a huge mistake by him because the 5th support squad can finish off his little guy there now. So let's do that. 5th support squad finishes him off. I've got a front line and I've got a Taranthakos veteran ready. Well, I had a Taranthakos veteran ready and now he's wiped out my left flank completely. Continuing to beat down on my barricades, but we're on equal health at least. Haha, Erasmus Gall coming up soon. Alright, let's put down Turbident squad and we're going to put down another barricade to help protect them. Those guys only have 1 health left, so they're dead meat soon. You may as well use them to attack and secure a 4-point health lead. Bye-bye Turbident squad. That's kind of why I like Turbident squad. People will put a lot of effort towards trying to take them down. Alright, so I've got nothing left. He's got board control, but I've got a 5-point health lead. Let's use my counter attack to quickly wipe out his guy. And now it's time to drop Erasmus Gold. Between Erasmus Gold and Rack and Ruin, I can win next turn. Hey, there's another front line, so have fun with this, buddy. Even if he uses his Dreadnought to stop Erasmus Gold attacking, 2 Rack and Ruins and my Warlord at this point will win the match. Well, so in 2 turns I could win. There's him using his Mercy and Forgiveness to wipe out my front line. Trying to weaken Erasmus Golg over there. But no, that's it. It's over now. And unfortunately the replay sort of froze at this point, but in reality, you can see here I can attack with Erasmus Golg on my Warlord and I would have won, and he knew it, so he quit. So that was it. That was my last win, and I ended up back on Terra, which is a good place to be. Alright, so then here was that deck one more time, guys. As you can see, there are a lot of cards in here which just didn't come up or which had minimal effect. I know a lot of people don't like Turbident squads, so there's many ways you could replace them. You could either look for a different Iron Warriors troop or Iron Warriors cards, so Aula Scaramanca could be good, or you could even throw in a Krendel squad, which is lower health, more attack, or anything else. I mean, the Iron Warriors are full of good cards. I don't have Ancient Trend either, so another good approach could be to wipe out the 2 Turbident squads, add in for 5 energy and 6 energy, Aulus and Ancient Herend, and push up the number of legendaries. Or you could add in more Endymion squads, because I only have one of them, and Endymion squad is so very good. So anyway, lots of different ways you could tweak this deck. You don't have to like all the cards in here for it to work. And so yeah, try it out, guys. Let me know what you think. My experience so far has taught me that Forrix works, as I said, on Mars and sort of low Terra. I've always struggled with him on mid and high Terra, although as the meta of the game changes, maybe he can start doing better. I don't know, we'll see. I was having a lot of fun with playing as Valdor, but I think I'm now having even more fun as Forrix. So I'd like to play him a bit longer this month and see how it goes. Well, you'll see in videos ahead how I'm doing with him, and so yeah, I will see you on the battlefield, guys. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Horus Heresy Legions. Alright, bye for now, everyone.